everybody, and welcome to not only the final Around the Ropes podcast episode of 2023.
Thank fucking God.
But it's also our Christmas edition of this podcast. As always, you guys know where you can find us. We're on all social media accounts. And guys, we have a big show for you guys tonight. But without further ado, let me introduce you to the man to my right, or your left, depending on how you're looking at it on the screen. He is the voice of Wrestle Pro, Creative Pro, formerly Invictus. And I say formerly because Invictus isn't around anymore.
Get on with it.
Immortal Championship Wrestling, Reality Fighting. He is also, if you need an ordained minister, he can help you with that as well. The one, the only, Sexy Ryan himself. What's going on?
Well, jingle bells, jingle all the fucking way. Hold on, jingle bells, we made it all the fucking way to the end of 2023. My goodness gracious. Oh, I thought this time would never come. Thank fucking God. 2023. What a year.
That's an understatement, but got a question for you, Ryan, before we dive into what we have tonight.
What?
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, we can talk. Well, I mean, first of all, besides, me not trying to die right now live on air. Excuse me?
Nothing.
What did you say there, Shmuley?
Nothing. Move on.
You know what? Since this was made, hold on. You are so dead for this.
What are you doing?
I got this for you as a Christmas gift, but I was gonna hold it as a surprise. But look, I found your other nut.
The joke that keeps on giving.
And also, if you put a wig on a dress on, it's your girlfriend.
Merc chimes in. Hey, Merc. Great to hear from you. But yeah, guys, we got a lot to get to. Obviously, we'll be recapping 2023. Ryan, I think it's safe to say we've both been wrestling fans for a long time.
We have? Since when?
I don't know. It's been a while. I think it's safe to say this year alone in pro wrestling
has been chaotic.
But also interesting.
Yeah.
And also, I would say fun.
Certain aspects, yes.
And I say that for one reason. The biggest part of it is you don't know who's going to show up. You really don't know who's going to show up. It doesn't matter what company you're talking about. You could be talking about AEW. You could be talking about WWE. Hell, you could talk about Ring of Honor. As we saw our final battle, Mark Henry showed up.
Well, yeah, because you're in Texas. Hello.
But I'm just saying, you don't know who's going to show up. And that's sort of where I want to start tonight, is the debuts and the returns that we saw this year. I want to ask you this first. Biggest return, because it was the most shocking one.
Oof. Some people would say, Cody Rhodes to Royal Rumble. No, because WWE kind of fucking ruined that by saying, hey, guess what? He's going to be in the Rumble. Ugh. Had they not tell anybody that, then yeah. The greatest return of all. Shane McMahon, who tore his ACL.
Yeah, that was at Mania and that segment with The Miz.
Yeah, sure. But honestly, I have to say the biggest return, as they call it a never say never moment, was what happened after War Games.
That I would agree with you on that.
Some guy named Phil decided to take the last seat at apparently some guy named Phil who was in attendance at the Allstate Arena, whatever they call it now, and apparently won a grand prize of a live VIP custom entrance experience. And his last name also happens to be Brooks. How apropos.
I'm going to agree with you on that. To me,
you have to admit that was a good setup.
That was a good setup. I got to give you props on that one.
Very good.
Realistically, I would agree on that 100%. I mean, some others you could throw in there. Cena, he made his return.
Yeah, after Roman disappeared.
Yeah, he made his return. We also saw, I mean, go down the list of how many debuts we've seen, how many returns we've seen.
Even though it was kind of spoiled already, but still it was great to see Orton.
Okay, I'll give you another one. How about Trish Stratus?
And Lita.
I would say Trish, just because in the sense of it wasn't like we saw with the Rumble where, okay, they're back for the Rumble, whoop-de-fucking-do.
Oh wait, no. I got another great return.
Oh.
A former women's tag team champion, Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
I had to. I'm sorry. Because honestly, when she debuted the Rumble and then pretty much continued her run for like 10, 11 months, I give her props.
Yeah, I completely agree. And you look at
Oh, no, I thought of another return.
Oh.
Some great one showing up on a random SmackDown in Colorado.
Yeah, okay, but you can also make the same argument. Wasn't there also a certain former Indianapolis Colts punter who made his return?
Oh yeah, fucking Pat McAfee. But I feel like the one in Colorado, first of all, when McAfee came out, the crowd was like, "Oh my god!" But then when The Rock came out, I thought the building was going to collapse.
Oh, that I completely agree. That I completely agree with.
That I will say, I think that was the start of the surprise returns of not going to the dirt sheets. Because hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew that Cody Rhodes was coming back to the Rumble because also WWE fucking ruined it for us.
Yes.
We also learned that we were hearing rumblings that John Cena was going to do a WrestleMania match with Austin Theory. We all knew that, but nobody expected until it was someone announced that Orton was going to be the fourth person in the War Games match for Team Cody. Nobody would have fucking expected Pat McAfee and The Rock to show up on a SmackDown, no less. And also, even though it was set in Chicago, everyone did not expect CM Punk to return to the WWE after almost 10 fucking years.
I think the Cena one, to me, has to be the biggest one.
No.
Okay, but realistically, what would be bigger than CM Punk returning to WWE?
But you said Cena was the best one.
No, Punk.
You said Cena.
Well, Cena at the moment was the best because we didn't know Punk was coming back yet.
Well, yeah, because they needed a big star.
Yeah, and also, Hollywood was on strike.
Pretty much.
But as far as with the returns, I mean,
I think honestly, Punk is like the best. I think it's the best kept secret in wrestling in a long time.
Which is one thing. Which is what I want to go into for a little bit. The fact that nobody knew about it.
No, not even production.
No,
only a select few. I think Michael Cole knew.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Michael Cole, and I think from what I heard, Triple H was the one that was running the last 10 minutes of the broadcast.
And he did his typical thing of, okay, guys, time to go.
Oh, yeah, with the freaking graphic at the bottom, and all of a sudden, and the crowd went fucking ballistic.
Yeah, but okay, you got to remember, you're also talking about, I remember we were doing our watch along that night.
Oh, my God.
And I don't think I think for about 2 minutes, we both went silent.
Yeah, because we've been hearing the rumblings for a while, but never thought they pulled the trigger.
Well, because I thought when I initially saw him come, once I saw the graphic come up, I was like, it's going to be Grayson Waller.
I was thinking more like Paul Heyman just fucking with the people.
No, I
being Brock Lesnar.
No, I kept hearing Grayson Waller. I kept thinking Grayson Waller.
Oh God, he would not survive in that building.
But you want to talk about get heel heat? There you go. But you look at Punk's return, you look at Cena's. I mean, you also forget. Also, we had Carlito come back.
And Savio Vega.
Okay, then another one. I mean, not WWE related, but Edge, Adam Copeland.
Okay, to be fair, that was kind of expected.
How do you figure?
We're not stupid, John. We all knew that his contract was running. His contract was running, I think, until the end of August. How apropos that the main event of Wrestle Dream involved Christian Cage.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
And mind you, on that card, the real main event should have been Bryan Danielson against Zack Sabre fucking Jr. So why the hell would they waste? No disrespect towards these two men, but why the hell would they waste the main event spot on Christian Cage and Darby Allin, unless they had something gigantic planned in store, which happened to be the rated R superstar Adam Copeland.
Yeah, but honestly, Copeland was a WWE lifer.
I know. You're missing my point, John.
Oh no, I get your point.
Then there's no need to add on to it.
Okay.
The real main event on that show should have been fucking Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson. Had Adam Copeland not debut at AEW, then that would have been the main event, and not Cage and Darby Allin.
And I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying, as far as in the moment with Adam Copeland.
Again, we all kind of expected it, though.
Well, yeah, once they announced that Christian and Darby were closing out the show.
And also the fact that reports were coming out that Edge's contract was up at the end of August.
Yeah, it kind of worked out. I can see that.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean,
but again, the whole thing with Punk returning, of course, apropos in Chicago, in his hometown, to WWE, who he swore he would never go back to. That, in my opinion, is the biggest return of 2023. None.
I agree 100%, because what I also liked about it, and like I said before, it wasn't like Dave Meltzer reported it or Sean Ross Sapp reported it.
Nobody knew. Apparently, they made that decision at the 11th hour.
But that's what I like, though, is when we get debuts like that.
That's what it used to be back in the day, until these so-called journalists, and you know exactly who I'm referring to, John.
Oh, I know. I would go a step further. Not journalists, yes, but kind of an add-on to it. Social media.
Social media journalists. That's what I'm calling it.
Because you get these people who will see one article that will say, "Oh, so-and-so is rumored to be coming back," and they run with it.
So I'm going to start a rumor saying that CM Punk took the biggest shit of his life. They're going to run with that story.
Oh, well, without a doubt.
Because there's something else going on.
You're going to get some idiot journalist who's going to sit there and go, "Ooh, I have to type in CM Punk took the biggest shit," according to Ryan Peterson.
I know a few of them that would actually do that, too.
Hell, me being a former journalist myself, there are times I did, where all of a sudden somebody put out an article saying, "Oh, so-and-so is set to come back." And I'm like, "Ooh, how do I twist this and make this look interesting?"
So I kind of want to talk a little bit, more about the returns.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to move on to 2024.
Okay.
Because yesterday, I think it was yesterday, Scott D'Amore of Impact Wrestling revealed to Dave LaGreca, your icon, your idol, that apparently Impact Wrestling is mere inches away from signing possibly the biggest signing in TNA wrestling history. Now, my question to you, as well as the viewers at home that are watching / listening to us, who do you think this signing is? And there are a lot of choices out there.
That's what makes it so difficult, is there's so many options, and there's so many different ways that they can go with it.
I have a few.
Go ahead. I got to think of mine.
One, for the women's division, it could possibly happen, but then again, we never know. Mercedes.
That's what I was thinking.
But the question is, will she return at the Rumble in WWE? Maybe.
I think, unfortunately, because of Charlotte's injury, that likelihood went up quite a bit.
Possibly. Hey, listen, if money talks.
Oh,
but I have a few others in mind. If you don't mind me, revealing.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. I got 5 names. Actually, no, 6. This one's a joke. John's favorite wrestler, Ryback. I'm just kidding. No, that doesn't count. No. A tag team that should have gotten a better opportunity in WWE. Who? Maximum Male Models.
Go on. I'll give you my opinion on that after you give the rest of your list.
Mansoor and Mace or Mace, whatever the fuck you want to call.
Yes. Yep.
Someone who I think would be best in the X division, Mustafa Ali.
Yes, I would agree on that.
If they really want to go big, how about Nick Nemeth, aka Dolph Ziggler?
I can see that.
And if they really want to pull an international flair, who did they announce that it was going to be appearing at the TV taping in Vegas on January 14th?
Okada?
Because I think he is a free agent.
Yes. Hold on. Anybody else you want to add to that list?
That was it. Okada was the biggest one of all. If they want to get that international flair with the Rainmaker, it sounds more like it, honestly.
That's why I'm thinking it's either going to be. I don't think it's going to be the male models. Not that I have anything against them, but if they're saying this is going to shake the wrestling world, I can't see Mason Mansoor shaking the wrestling world. I can see Dolph Ziggler. That's without a doubt. I can see Mercedes Moné because they did say her contract is up with New Japan. So it would work out. Okada.
What about Ali?
Again, Ali to me wouldn't shake the wrestling world. And you're not going to sit there and tell me that also you're going to turn on TNA for what is it? Hard to Kill on the 13th?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to sit there and tell me that all of a sudden Scott Moore comes out and goes, okay, here's our big signing, and it's Mustafa Ali. And that's going to really get you going?
But then again, if it is Okada, then they shouldn't have announced him for January 14th.
Well, they think wrestling fans are idiots. And they can't put 2 and 2 together. But I think Mercedes Moné would probably be the one I'm leaning towards.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yes, that would shake the wrestling world. That would also give a huge boost to that women's division.
Because also her former tag partner, Trinity, is on there.
But I could definitely see that. My only thing is this. I mean, yeah, you can also go down the list. It could also be Rick Boogs. It could be Emma. It can be I'm trying to think of who else. It could be Veer.
Go on.
My point is this. When they mentioned the part about that is going to shake the wrestling world, you can take half that list and throw it out.
Pretty much.
But just, keep things moving here. I mean, okay, if it is Mercedes, if it is her, do you have her go for the title right away?
Yes.
So who is? I don't even know who the current Impact.
Trinity.
Oh. That would be really good to pull that one off.
And set that up for their next pay-per-view, Rebellion.
You would do Rebellion? I would wait till Slammiversary.
Wait 6 months?
Easily. Have her work with somebody else for the first 2 pay-per-views.
Rebellion is in April. Slammiversary is in July.
Oh, I thought. Why do I think Slammiversary was in June?
No, it's in July.
Okay, then yeah, that wouldn't work. I mean, it possibly could work.
No. If it does come to that, you have to. Oh. Unless they re-sign Tessa Blanchard.
Oh God.
That'll really shake the wrestling world.
Isn't she joined? I saw a picture of her on Facebook recently. I heard something she's joining the military now.
I have no fucking clue anymore.
I thought you're in the know on this stuff.
No, I'm not a journalist.
But you're Ryan Peterson, the ring announcer.
Yeah, but I'm not a journalist, unlike some people I know.
But
and that wasn't towards you, John.
Oh, I know it wasn't. But Ryan, I do got one question to ask you. I want to just take a quick pause here from the wrestling talk for a second.
What?
Do you like coffee?
It depends. You know, I do like coffee, but it has to be one particular blend.
And that blend would be?
Well, I mean, I think you have the prototype, right? Ah, yes. There it is right there. Folks, I'm taking the reins on this one, John. Folks, as you see right there on your lovely screens, it is a bag of our beautifully organic Sumatran blend coffee, courtesy of our friends at Motor Oil Coffee, based out of Albany, New York. It is crack in a bag, because that thing is delicious. We have bags on for sale, and folks, we will have more shipments coming in 2024.
Yes.
So if you like a bag or 2 or 12, especially this holiday season, send us a message and give us your address. That sounds so wrong. We'll explain why in a second. That way we can give you the proper, and I do mean proper, calculations for shipping.
Yes, I completely agree with everything he just said.
Thank you. That's why I'm the announcer, and you are just the tech guy.
Our buddy Frank Stomper is checking us out tonight. Anthony.
Ah, yeah, some great coffee. Yep, I'm glad you love it, Anthony.
And supposedly he has a video of it coming out soon of him trying it.
I read that completely different.
Yeah, I know. So did I.
I mean, Anthony, do I need to bring out my banjo for it? You know, the
well, we know him and his cousin have a thing for each other. Speaking about close family.
Where are you going with this?
Later on in the show, I want to get your thoughts about the upcoming movie, The Iron Claw.
That's actually a pretty good transition. That's actually pretty good.
Oh.
Coming from the guy, yeah. Oh, yeah, the guy that hates us. You know, the guy that'll stick to be on pre-shows for Immortal? Just saying.
Actually, Ryan, I'm going to offer him something special right now.
What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, Frankie, if you would like, last show of the year, if you want to come on, the invite's there for you, buddy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You see, folks, this is why he does decisions without consulting his co-host.
Well, how was I going to consult you on air?
How about not bring it up at all? Because, you know, folks, it's okay. Here we go. Because, again, it's the Around the World podcast starring John Blaine.
Well, Brian, I hate to break it to you. He can't come on.
Oh, gosh darn it. My kids are wild. Yeah, I know. I'm dealing with a kid over here.
Mr. Peterson.
Mr. Blaine. Great. We're all here.
I am not a child.
You're the same height and have the same voice frequency as one.
I was tested.
Yeah, from someone off of Wish.com. Or the Penny Saver ad.
That's a thing, Penny Saver.
Yeah, that's where that's where the doctor that tested you came from.
I was tested, and I am not a child.
You sure about that? Again, you're the same height.
Well, unfortunately, you know, Ryan.
Oh, wait, hold on. There's a movie out there that has your twin brother in Wonka. It's little Hugh Grant. Opa, lopa, dopa dee do.
Right. Unfortunately, for people of your height and other people's heights who
You mean normal?
People who are on the tall side.
You mean normal?
Okay, not everybody's going to be 6'4" there. Andre the Giant.
I'm 6'1", asshole.
Close enough.
And at least I have both of them.
Moving on. 6'1", 6'2", 6'3". It doesn't matter. You're so tall.
Yeah, so?
Oh, thank you, Anthony. Hey, wait. Anthony, don't worry. Come the April. Somebody actually has a question for you.
Why, yes, I did.
And folks, you can go watch that off of the Creative Pro Twitter account.
Yep. Which that shit made it viral.
Ryan does a great job.
Oh, yes. I always say, yes, he does. But I'm like, wait, that's me.
But no, I want to lay out a challenge on Anthony.
Oh, no.
Remember when we did the roast and we were joking about there being a dance-off?
Oh, fuck.
I'm laying the challenge out to you.
The song choice will be Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus because apparently the two of them combined looks like a giant fucking wrecking ball.
Here's the thing. I wonder if Anthony's too chicken.
Okay.
Because, unlike his pastimes, he'll actually have to go up against somebody who actually has talent.
He has someone who has talent. You mean you?
Yes, that's who I'm talking about.
Oh, I was going to say, Billy's not on here. You said someone with talent. Billy's not here. As John is sitting there, this feels like a really odd. Man, I can't wait to wrestle Hope of Hope again. Hope of Hope?
Edge of Hope.
Hope of Hope. Who the? What? What? Hope of Hope. I'm going to get you hooked on phonics, okay? Mike King, if you're listening, what is it? Immortal Things 5 or Immortal, whatever the next show is in February? Don't smoke weed, kids. Yes, thank you, Thomas. Mike King, if you're listening, the next Immortal show up in St. Johnsville, can we somehow get a fucking sponsorship by Hooked on Phonics? Where everybody in attendance, including the fans, including some guy named John Blaine, as well as half of your roster can use?
That's at you.
First of all, I'm not Tom.
You don't look like a Tom.
He's talking to the other guy about the smoking weed shit.
Oh, who actually just said he's about to go smoke?
Yeah, speaking of which.
Where are we going with any of this?
I don't fucking know.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Apparently you have a massive fetish of trying to dance, about trying to, do a dance-off.
Yes. And I'm challenging Frankie Stomper.
Rest in peace to the fans have to watch that shit. So anyway.
Hey, here's the difference. I have rhythm.
Coming from the guy who can barely walk a mini golf course.
I can walk, I just may trip a couple times.
Okay. okay, this looks like a really weird episode of, the Crocodile Hunter. As the Illuminous John Blaine is sitting there waiting for the comment to pop up from one of the from Frankie Stomper and a guy named Ryan Thompson. Says Frankie with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 E's.
Right.
As John, shut up. As John Blaine is sitting there, I'm gonna poke him with a stick.
Ryan, I hate to break it to you, buddy. Don't quit your day job. Let's move on.
Oh, what? Being one of the best damn announcers in the fucking East Coast, as well as, my real job? Yeah, of course. Of course I won't quit that because, unlike you, people actually like me in the public eye. They see you and they go, ugh.
Oh, great. I thought the roast was done.
John likes to be poached by your stick. Not my stick, but I know a few people in Jersey.
Moving on. I want to get back to the wrestling talk because we do got a lot more to get to on our last episode of 2023.
I love that he just transitions everything. I love it.
Because also, folks, at the end of tonight's show, we have a few announcements as far as certain changes, including a new show joining the network.
Ooh.
From the new year.
Fancy.
Here's the only thing I'm going to tell you, folks.
No. Do not give any spoilers.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not going to.
You don't have to say anything. Let's move on.
Crap, I had a good one lined up.
Well, too bad. Let's move on.
Shit.
Folks, you're going to have to find out at the end of the show.
But, Thomas, go back and watch our roast, and you'll understand why Anthony says what he did about me.
Mm-hmm. But yes, let's talk about the future of wrestling. And speaking of future, apparently there's some sort of magical show that's happening on Saturday.
Yes, there is. Let me pull up the card right now, actually. So,
folks, while John is pulling that up, sounds so wrong. Don't get it twisted, folks. This Saturday, live from the Mecca in Richfield Park, New Jersey, is where I call it something else. Pro Wrestling Magic returns with its final event of 2023 as they present Thy Kingdom Come. Was it 8 or 9?
9.
9. Jesus Christ. Now, off the top of my head, there's a few matches. Unfortunately, one of the matches had to be changed due to, I guess, 1 or 2 people couldn't be there. Originally, it was supposed to be Smiley against the Allfather, Darius Carter, but unfortunately, that's not happening anymore.
Correct.
I don't remember what exactly happened, but, that's going to be moved on to a later day.
Probably for one of their first shows come 2024.
January.
Yes, probably. But I'm just trying to see if I can pull. I know the one thing I like with what Pro Wrestling Magic does is they post their card up 800 times.
Yeah, it's all about marketing. Don't you get it?
I get it. Do you get it? Okay, here we go.
All right, let's do it.
I'm going to go the order they have it in here, folks. Heavyweight Championship. As the finisher, Steve Pena defends the title against the world's largest veteran, Kerr.
How many times are we going to see this shit?
I don't know.
They got to pick somebody else at this point. I'm sorry. Yeah,
but
no disrespect towards Pena or Kerr, but I feel like I've seen this shit too many fucking times.
Yeah, but here's the thing also you have to remember. They have been teasing Pena breaking off from Espados Unidos.
So could this be the start?
Very well. Who do you see walking out of the Mecca as your heavyweight champion?
Pena.
I think it's got to be Pena. As much as I agree with you, I love Kerr. He's a great guy. I just think he had his 15 minutes of fame. I mean, you want to talk about a war. If you go to IWTV.com and go to, I think it was Kingdom Come last year.
Yeah, it was him and wasn't it him and Moff?
They opened the show.
Yep.
And they damn near killed each other.
But if you were talking about breaking up of Españoles Unidos, why not start it in January? Because aren't they doing a massive Rumble?
Yeah, the Chad Adams Memorial Rumble.
Why not start showing the cracks there?
It's very possible. I mean, you can just start teasing something coming after this show.
I mean, maybe not.
Well, let's keep things moving here because speaking about the Bayonne Badass,
save that for last. That for last.
In match 3 of the best of 3 series for the World Tag Team Champions and a fans bring the weapons match.
Fucking hell, man.
Death Row takes on the Rep.
Oof. I kind of see the Rep coming out finally.
I'm going to go a step further. Not only do I see the Rep winning, but I see Saturday being the end of Death Row.
I think so too.
I think we're going to get, probably my guess would be Bruno turns on Tella.
I'm thinking more the other way around.
One way, shape, or form, they're breaking up on Saturday.
Yeah.
Let's keep things moving here for the Women's Championship. Ruthless Lala takes on Notorious Mimi, who, by the way, has not taken a loss yet in that building.
This might be her first.
Do you have her take? This is what makes this show so tough. It's like I can see both sides of it.
The only way Lala loses is if it's by a screwy finish.
All of a sudden, what's his face? Travis Jacobs plays a role. Maybe. So you're saying Lala wins then?
Yes.
This one's a tough one for me. I'm gonna be straightforward. This one's tough. Because Mimi has been on a run for most of 2023, but you're also going up against arguably one of the toughest women in independent wrestling. Am I off on saying that?
I think one of the toughest women to hold the Pro Wrestling Magic Women's title since Jordynne Grace.
Wait, I didn't know she held the title.
Years ago.
Oh shit! And also,
back in 2015, I think.
Also, I like to be on Lala's good side because for reasons.
Yep.
I hate to say this, but I think it's Lala for this one.
I agree.
I really do. Now, we'll also find out the number 1 contender for the women's title, as we will have the keys to the Queendom finals happening on this night.
And who was in said match?
That would be JC Storm, Vicious Vicky, Rebecca Scott, and Adina Steele.
First of all, this one's a tough one because all 4 of them are fucking incredible.
Anthony, to answer your question quickly, Ryan, sorry to cut you off there. Anthony, it's Pro Wrestling Magic doing their show on Saturday. It's their last. It's their WrestleMania. I think is the best way I can put it.
Because I think it's like their anniversary technically.
No, their anniversary was in April.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is like their WrestleMania.
So, who do you see winning this one?
It was Rebecca Scott, Vicky, Adina, and Storm.
Yep.
It's either going to be JC or possibly Vicky.
I got to go. I'm going Vicky on this one.
Yes, we know because Rob Williams watches us and, you want to get on Rob's good side. I'm kidding, Rob. I love you, buddy.
In all seriousness, I think Vicky would be the one because ever since she did this character change that I still can't figure out what the frick it is, she's been on a roll.
Yes, she has. And
compared to last year at this time, she's 10 times better of a wrestler. Am I off on saying that?
Nope.
So I think you go Vicky, and then we get eventually in 2024, we get Vicky and Lala.
I would love to see that.
Oh, without a doubt. Oh God, as if the matches get easier here. For the junior heavyweight championship, the good guy Azrael takes on Cheeseburger and also takes on Vinny Pacifico.
Right then and there, that I think match right there might be one of the matches of the night.
Yeah, that I would agree on.
You notice I said one of the matches.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Because you have two experienced veterans as Cheeseburger and Azrael. With both of them, I think I combined at least 40 years of wrestling between the two of them. And then you have the up-and-comer who's been on a roll as of late, Vinny Pacifico, in the mix. Oh, you get three different styles. You got Cheeseburger with the technical aspect. You got Azrael with more of the high flying, and Vinny with a combination of the technical and the ground and pounds. You got like three different combinations there.
Yeah, that's what makes this match. I agree. I think this match will be one of the matches of the night. As far as who wins this,
It's for the title, right?
yeah, it's for the title. I think Azrael retains.
I think so too.
And I say that for one reason. Cheeseburger doesn't wrestle every month for Magic.
Not as much as you used to.
And then on the flip side, Vinny Pacifico is basically doing shows every weekend. And also, you have to remember, isn't he just coming off of doing a tour of Japan?
I don't remember.
By the time I think he's coming off of a tour from Japan.
Okay.
Let's keep things moving here for the Tri-Wizard Championship, which, by the way, according to what I read, I think yesterday, this will open the show on Saturday. Espados Unidos, which is First Class and Trey Felipe, takes on Project Mayhem, Smiley, VI, and Eden with Trixie.
I kind of seen Espados Unidos.
I like what they're doing, especially with the addition of First Class into it.
Yeah, which I think it's Sebastian Cage and Johnny Santos.
I would agree. I think they retain. And we got two more matches to go here. In a scramble match for a guaranteed spot in the Chad Adams Memorial Rumble on January 27th. Let me just read you off the names here.
Before you get into that, one thing I've loved about Magic as of late, the amount of matches on the cards.
Yes, that I agree on.
Because I remember they used to do like 13, 14 matches.
And did they also do like no intermissions at one point?
They still do no some of them still do no intermissions. But honestly, having 7 to 8 matches, that's normal.
But also these matches are good.
Exactly.
It's not, and the funny thing is, we've gone through most of this card. Can you tell me one match on here that's going to be a filler?
No. Not at all. So, Scramble
match. We got Joe Cruel, Brandon Downey, Troy Locke, Mateo
Marcellos,
Vincent Michaels, and Travis Jacobs.
I got Travis Jacobs.
Yeah, I think he's the most likely one out of them.
I think so. I mean, no disrespect towards all of them, except for Brandon Downey. I kid. Not really. I kid.
He's your best friend.
Shut up. No, but I see Travis Jacobs, coming out on this.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing. Obviously, we've seen a lot of Notorious Mimi in 2023 in Pro Wrestling Magic. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of Travis Jacobs come Pro Wrestling Magic come 2024. And what I'm thinking is probably going to be your main event, more than likely.
Oh, can I say this? Please. Well,
I'm talking about the SWF title.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's right. I'll let you do that match in a second. Now I just have one question. When you do the intro, are you going to do the intro with the way that everybody else does it?
You'll find out.
Okay. For the SWF title, Steve the Body Lugo takes on the indestructible Steve Off. Loser also loses the name Steve, by the way.
God damn it, I was going to say that.
Does Steve Off finally end this 15-year run and finally get to hold a major title for a promotion?
No.
You think he... So you're saying Lugo retains?
Yes.
Interesting, because I actually disagree with you on that. I think Steve Off gets the win here.
I don't know.
So now, the match you wanted to announce. Make sure you swallow.
Anyway.
Would you like to be full screen?
No.
Okay, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this should be the fucking main event of Thy Kingdom Come 9. Because just like in said title, you're definitely going to be feeling that same way. Your kingdom will definitely. Anyway,
Wow.
Anyway, in the hopefully main event, you got I think he's the Revolver, Alex Ryman, taking on the Bayonne Badass, the Boricua Beast, and the king of the motherfucking North, Danny fucking Moff. After literally almost a year of built up on this. In a dog collar match.
Also, the likelihood of... my other thing also with this match, hopefully Shane Fair does not have almost a stroke that day.
Maybe I should go to make sure he stays alive.
I every time he's... And I've been there a few times when he's announced Danny Moff.
I think the state of Connecticut can hear him when he announces Danny Moff.
Again, this isn't me trashing Shane and all. He's a phenomenal ring announcer. But he's very distinctive when he announces Moff.
Because he's a fucking beast.
But like he puts so much into it. And I sit there and I go, Shane, calm down. Take a breather.
But yes, a year in the making. Who do you have in this?
Oh, this one's a tough one. Either way, whoever gets this is going after that title.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I think this is the finals of the Keys to the Kingdom.
Yes.
This is the finals for the Keys to the Kingdom.
Oh, God.
Here's the thing. Do they go Moff again?
Or give it to Ryman?
I would say go Ryman.
Change it up.
Again, nothing against Moff. Danny, if you're watching, I think you're phenomenal wrestler. Don't hit me on Saturday, please.
He told me something otherwise off camera.
But I think realistically, I think you got to go Ryman on this one.
Change it up a little bit.
As I call it.
Here's the kicker, though. Here's how it should finish.
How?
Ryman's choking out Moff with the chain. Moff doesn't tap out.
Oof. I would go a step further. Is it safe to say this? You've seen Alex Ryman wrestle now for a while. He is the Mankind of independent wrestling.
I've seen others, actually.
But we do got some more comments coming in. I just want to read them. Brian's best friend in the world, because he actually announced this guy's name, Toto Tom is checking us out tonight.
I didn't announce his name.
Yeah, when we had him on.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Tom, happy holidays to you as well. We'll get into all the holiday stuff towards the end of tonight's show.
And by the way, Tom, I saw you marking out in the front row at the last Shotgun show in Union. Especially with my boy, the other announcer, Frank Myers, with his light up Christmas sweatshirt.
That's one of the things I want to do come 2024 is finally get my ass to a Wrestle Pro show.
I was gonna say, you want to wear a light up Christmas shirt?
But so we got that again, guys. That happens this coming Saturday, as they said on their posts, and I want to reiterate it. You want to get there by 2:00 because they're expecting a large crowd.
Oh yeah.
I remember last year's was basically became standing room only.
Oh yes.
So you're not going to want to miss this. It's going to be, and what's nice also, it starts early.
What time does it start?
3:00.
Really? Wow. That's it. That is early.
3:00 show's done by 6:30,
give or take.
So it's an early show. So they can't be the thing of, oh, it's too late, unless you go to bed at 4:00 in the afternoon.
John,
Where do you think I'm going to be on Saturday? I don't sound like that. Moving on. Jesus Christ.
That was actually a good impression, too.
Yeah, that's what's scary.
Uh-huh.
But, guys, I was going to say, Ryan, where do you think I'm going to be on Saturday?
Some at a Wawa in fucking Hackensack?
Why would I be at Wawa?
Because you're in Jersey?
No. Okay, Ryan Peterson. I don't know if age is starting to get to you or anything.
Oh, you better watch your mouth, boy, because next week you are fucked.
My father will be there.
He'll enjoy it.
Oh, shit, yeah, he will. Okay, I'm just going to say this right now. Maybe age is trying to get to you. Actually, I'm going to pass on what I was going to say.
You want to talk about someone with age right now? You're acting like someone who's forgetting a lot of things.
I'm not forgetting anything.
I'm not forgetting anything.
Okay, you gotta.
But anyway, folks, this Saturday in Richfield Park, New Jersey, at the whorehouse. Mecca. At the Mecca.
You actually called it what you normally call it on.
Yes, I did.
God Almighty!
I'm not the only one that agrees. It's Pro Wrestling Magic by Kingdom Come 9. Like John said, and what Pro Wrestling Magic said, get your ass there early. It's an early show, and they're expecting a big-ass crowd. So definitely be there. And if you can't make it there in person, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm kidding. Unless you live in if you live in Sheboygan, Iowa, first of all, thank you for watching Pro Wrestling Magic in Jersey. Second of all, you can watch it on IWTV.
And I think, and again, Steve Wolf hasn't told me this, but I still think they're doing a thing of if you sign up for IWTV, you save $10 or something.
I don't know if that's still a thing.
I have no idea. Don't take my word on it. Believe me.
No one's doing that anymore.
No.
But anyway, speaking about future events, let's talk about what's happening next week, shall we?
Yes.
So, John mentioned it earlier, like a few minutes ago. He wanted to bring his ass to a what?
Wrestle Pro.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the term Wrestle Pro because next Friday night in Union, New Jersey, it is the final Wrestle Pro show of 2023 as we present Full Steam Ahead. Now, originally, this was supposed to take place on November 26th, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, but due to scheduling conflicts with the building as well as talent, they postponed it to the end of the year. Obviously, they can't do the 30th because something is happening, and the 31st is New Year's Eve where everyone gets drunk, so we decided to do it on the 29th. And unfortunately, it's not in our regular home of Rahway, New Jersey, due to again building scheduling issues. So we are doing it at our other home at the Columbian Club in Union, New Jersey. But we are treating this like a Wrestle Pro show. Now, off the top of my head, there were a few matches announced for this show, including just recently released today, Jay Haru, my boy Jay Haru, taking on Nick Camarado. We also have Justin Carino going one-on-one against Lee Johnson in a May God rest in peace to the building for this building and the ring and probably that particular part of Jersey for this matchup. In tag team action, the team of the Bayonne Badass Danny Moff and the Messiah of old school Sean Donovan sent to slaughter, taking on the team of Dirty Bulk Bronson and Dirty Boulder, the Iron Savages.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly, Jesus Christ. That building is going to collapse by the end of the match.
Yes.
And also that night, in non-title action, I'm going to make that very clear. It's the Wrestle Pro Gold Champion, the Dominican Destroyer Vargas, going one-on-one against the debuting Richard Holiday. Now, the reason why I'm saying it's a non-title match, because originally, back in October, I think it was October or September, I don't remember which month it was the on-the-spot Rumble, where CPA was victorious and claimed that, and he was laying out the challenge for Vargas. It was supposed to take place on November 26th. Should CPA lose, his career in Wrestle Pro is done. Now, unfortunately, we're not in Rawway for this show, so you think it would be Vargas and CPA at in Union, right? No, because CPA told Wrestle Pro management that if he somehow has to lose, he wants to do it no disrespect towards Union, but he wants to do it at his home in Rawway. But we still need the champ to fight on the card, right? So they decided to pull in fucking Richard Holiday, the man who's literally been on a roll as of late on the indie scene and also possibly big league soon. Also in tag team action, you have the team of Dark STG and Dark Fala, aka Dark Falaba, taking on the very odd pairing of El Técnico Supremo, El Magnifico, and the debuting Serpentico. And then, folks, we have a few more matches before that. Both women's matches. We have your homie, the Nomi, Gabby Forza, going one-on-one against the debuting Jail. That's Jail. I think that's I'm saying it right. Jael. For those that don't know the name, this is her Northeast debut, and she is a student of the last outlaw, the last right, whatever the hell you want to call him now, Dustin Rhodes. And speaking of women's action, the Wrestle Pro Women's Championship will be on the line. And it's a rematch of the Wrestle Pro Women's Championship Tournament Finals from last November, as the current champion, who's passing over a year and a month now of being women's champion, Lady Frost, going one-on-one against Lena Cross. Now, folks, if you missed that match back in November, it's on Wrestle Pro's YouTube channel. Definitely go check it out. It's going to be better this time around. The second go around, we'll see what happens. And then, the main event. The main fucking event. The Ace of Space, LSG, going one-on-one against Jay Lethal. That right there, it's going to be a fucking show stealer. Am I missing anything, John?
Yeah, did you mention Lee Johnson and Justin Carino?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I happened, literally, as you're talking, I had I actually did a smart thing, and I actually had the card in front of me.
Ooh, good boy. You finally did your job right.
I'm looking at the poster.
But how about that for a fucking sell, huh?
Yeah. And also, folks, by the way, you get to hear Ryan Peterson ring announce one more time.
Well, obviously in 2023. And again, folks, if you like what you're hearing on the card, I highly recommend you getting your tickets ahead of time at WrestleProOnline.com, because we're capping the capacity at 300. At 300 people. And at this point, I don't think we're selling at the door. If you didn't get your tickets yet, get it now. If you forget to get them, I'm sorry, but it's okay. You won't miss out because we are going to be streaming live on Premier Streaming Network. We're going all in for this. We're going all full steam ahead into 2024.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. And then,
and that's taking place at the Colombian Club in Union. I think it's 1034 Jeanette Avenue in Union, New Jersey.
Is that where they do the shotgun shows?
Oh, yes, it is.
You see, I pay attention.
Sometimes.
I
need a breather after that, promotional deal.
Well, we got one more show to promote before we get to our last few segments of the year.
Oh, yeah. What's happening 24 hours later?
Yes.
The end of the world.
Because myself, Ryan, and a few other people will be jetting, see how I phrase that, over to the Nassau Coliseum for World's End.
John, you're saying it wrong. It's NYCB Live at Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
Yeah, bullshit. I'm a Long Islander for life. You call it the fucking Nassau Coliseum.
Thank you.
But we will be there. Like I said, myself, Ryan, and a few other people that we know.
Mainly us.
But we will be there. And Ryan, let me ask you this question before we'll go. Actually, I'll ask you this question and I'll pull up the card. And obviously, folks, I know the show is not till next Saturday, and we got 2 more Dynamites before we get to World's End. So anything could happen. There could be more matches. So the matches that we're going to preview are what's already announced prior to tonight's show. So, Ryan, looking at the show from above, on a level of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the show?
Oh, 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend.
So, and you want your laugh, Violet? This is actually my first AEW pay-per-view since a little pay-per-view called Double or Nothing.
This is actually my first AEW pay-per-view, period. Because I've been to 3 Dynamites.
Okay, Steve Urkel.
What?
Dynamite.
That's the wrong show, asshole.
Oh, I thought it was him. Moving on.
Is good times.
Huh?
Dynamite is good times.
Oh, yeah, good point. Never mind.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up.
Finally.
Okay, so here we go. We will have the finals of the AEW Continental Classic for the inaugural Triple Crown Championship. Because, of course, we need more titles in wrestling.
Folks, if you don't understand what the hell that means, it's apparently there's a new title that's going to be unveiled, but it's also for the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Heavyweight title, as well as the Ring of Honor World Championship.
That's a nice way to put it. So that's
what it is.
Yeah, no, good point. As of now, there's a lot of guys who are still in contention for this finals.
Mostly in the Blue League.
Yeah, mostly blue, but you still got some in the gold. So I'm just going to run through the Blue League quickly. In first place, you got Andrade El Idolo with 9, Bryan Danielson with 9, Brody King with 7, Eddie Kingston with 6, and Claudio Castagnoli with 6. In the Gold League, you got Moxley with 12, Swerve Strickland with 9.
Moxley already advanced to the finals on the gold side. So it's him against whoever is the second runner-up.
So coming out of the Blue League, again, I'll repeat the names one more time. You got Andrade.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm confused.
They are doing whoever the top 2 people are in the gold and blue leagues, they're faced off in the semifinals next week.
Oh, so Moxley doesn't have to go through the semifinals then?
Yeah, he does.
But if he already advanced to the finals, why would he have to go through the semifinals?
The finals of the Gold League.
Oh, okay, good point.
Yeah, you're right. Hold on.
So
And this guy's a wrestling fan. Can you believe this shit? I'm just sorry.
So who do you see? So okay, I'll put it this way then. Who do you see making it to the finals in Uniondale?
Well, let's go through let's figure out the semifinals first.
Yeah. So now,
the Gold League, it's Moxley. He's going. But for the other one, what's the standings for the gold one?
You mean the Blue League?
Mm-mm.
Oh, gold. Okay. Swerve at 9, Jay White at 9, Whoosh at 6.
Honestly, I kind of want to, but then again, before I get into that, they've been kind of teasing something else.
What?
Involving Swerve. We might finally get to see a blow-off match between him and Keith Lee.
Oh, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. That's one feud that I've been wanting to happen for about the last year already.
That's something that we've all wanted, honestly.
And especially with how Swerve's been right now on the run he is.
I want to see Swerve and Moxley too in the semis.
I just want to see Swerve go do something already at this point.
I think he's going to go to the finals.
Which means you're going to see a bunch of Long Islanders doing the
yes. The Nana Swerve.
But so we think it's going to be Swerve then. Who do you see it making it for the Blue League? I'll tell you right now, Blue League to me is tough.
It is. Because here's the thing. If Kingston doesn't win, he's out. He loses the titles.
I mean, and who does he? Because here's the problem: he only has 6 points. And if you win, you get 3 points.
Yeah.
So even if you win, he's going to tie with Danielson and Andrade.
Who's he facing next?
Let me take a look. The only one it looks like he still has to face is Andrade. I'm just going based off here that's because it's saying TBA. So I'm assuming it's going to be Andrade.
Mm.
Right now, like I said, here's the problem. Kingston went, and then Danielson. Oh, wait a second.
I think I saw it. It's Danielson and Claudio for Collision.
Then who the fuck is Brody facing? But then Brody has Daniel Garcia.
Brody has Garcia, which means Kingston has Andrade. Oh, fuck.
You realize we may have the possibility of a 4-way tie. If you think about it here. Let's say Claudio and Eddie win. Let's say, actually, strike that. You may actually have a 5-way tie here, realistically.
Unless one of those matches end up in a tie.
But let's say we're walking into the go home show for Worlds End, and you got Andrade, Bryan, Kingston, and Claudio all tied, all have 9 points. What the fuck do you do?
Well, the go home show is actually for the semifinals in the Blue League is going to be on Dynamite.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Next week for the go home show.
Yeah.
But what do you do then?
Because they're not doing Collision, by the way. They're not. They're not doing a special Friday night Collision.
Why? Because after last time when they got killed in the ratings?
Give or take, yeah.
But I'm being dead serious though. You have the potential that going into next week's Dynamite, you have the potential for a 5-way tie for first.
Oof.
What do you do then?
Like I said, okay. I have a theory.
Okay.
Hear me out. Because they only need 2 people for semifinals. Brody King right now, he's part of the House of Black, and I think House of Black is doing a little feud with FTR. Who's to say that FTR screws over Brody King and giving Garcia the win, knocking out Brody King?
Okay.
And then you have Andrade, Kingston, Claudio, and Bryan.
Yeah.
Kingston wins his match against Andrade. Here comes main event. Kingston distracts Claudio. And the semifinals will be Bryan and Kingston. 2.
Jesus Christ. So then if that's the case, then who makes it to Uniondale next week for the Blue League?
Ugh. Who do we say for the Gold League again?
Swerve. Out of those names, there's one name I would say.
Oh.
How about Swerve and Claudio?
No, I would say Claudio loses.
Okay, so but then who would you have make it to the finals then?
It's tough too because I like both of these guys.
I got one. How about Swerve? Not Swerve. How about Eddie?
I was thinking either him or Bryan.
I mean, and I say that, and I say Eddie for one reason.
No, I got another theory. I'm fantasy booking right now.
Okay, because I got one with why I think we should get Eddie and Swerve. But go on.
I think we're gonna get Swerve and Bryan because remember what I said. With Claudio and Bryan. Kingston distracts Claudio. On the Go Home show, Claudio distracts Kingston, costing him not only the match, but also the titles.
Oh, shit.
And then after the match, he gets on the mic and says, Claudio, I'm gonna fuck you up. Have those two go at it big time one more time at Nassau Coliseum. Last man standing.
Jesus Christ.
What do you think about that, huh?
I like that one. I don't know if my theory is gonna also work, but it's literally something I thought of.
And then getting I think Bryan and Swerve in a first time ever matchup.
Which is scary to think both those guys have been wrestling for so long.
Their paths never crossed.
No. We get Eddie and Swerve. Okay. What faction is Swerve part of?
Mogul Embassy.
Where is Mogul Embassy 9 times out of 10?
Oh, what in the?
They're on Ring of Honor.
Oh yeah.
They've said it after Final Battle. Nana right now is basically Ring of Honor royalty at this point. Why not go for the gusto? And I mean, we're seeing everybody else on freaking Ring of Honor. I mean, we're seeing basically a reunion of the Men of the Year.
True.
Which I actually have a theory with that. I don't think that reunion is going to last too long.
Nope.
But why not have Swerve win and have Swerve be the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion? It'll definitely bring eyes to Ring of Honor.
I'm sticking with my theory of Bryan and Swerve. Swerve's winning either way.
Oh no, without a doubt. And I will tell you guys this right now as a little spoiler. There will be a video coming out of me and Ryan doing the Swerve dance.
Oh yes,
at the Nassau Coliseum.
Oh yes.
Well, and believe me, Ryan, there'll be enough people there to film us.
Fuck.
We just gotta make sure whoever films this gets us at the right height, because you're like 6'1" and I'm like short. But yeah, guys, we're actually, Ryan, here's a shocker. We're almost getting to the end of the show, which is scary to think.
I'm trying to think if there's any other, other shows that are happening in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, SPO.
Excuse me?
At Cashmere and the New Backseats, their company.
Oh, good for them. Next.
Because that one I know I think I started that one. Christina Marie's taking on Rebecca Scott. You got because you got Johnny Cashmere taking on Homicide.
Yes. I saw that.
But no, as far as other shows, I think that's really it till we get to the new year.
That's gonna be a tough one too, because that's on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, that's in the afternoon of New Year's Eve. But yeah, no, I don't think there's any other shows, because I think after that, like I said, any other shows don't start up again until we get into January.
Yeah.
And we do have another comment coming in, so I'd like to pull up this comment from our friends over at Friends of the Circle. Hi, friends. Hopefully you guys are having a fun night and, not working too hard. But, Ryan, after everything this show has been through, especially this year, we're about to have the final segment of 2023.
That's fucking insane.
And folks, for this segment, now in years past, there's been more of us on the screen, so I didn't do it this way. But since it's only myself and Mr. Peterson, as I so eloquently put the first time you and I hosted together, the Long Island edition, we're going to each take time to kind of just reflect on the year from being a wrestling fan and all that. So, Ryan, I'm going to let you go first, and I'm actually going to dip off screen for this.
Oh, crap. I'm first. Okay. So, what do you want to talk about? Oh, yeah. I know I'm going to talk about 2023 as a whole for me personally. So, beginning of the year was pretty solid. Obviously, I got to debut for some new companies such as Garden State Pro Wrestling. Also did some, returns to Immortal Championship Wrestling after 3 years at that point. And also debuted for Deadlock Pro Wrestling, as well as actually I have the poster right here in front of me for, because fuck it, why not? The wrestling showcase that happened a few months ago, about 3 months ago, which you can watch its entirety on Premier Streaming Network. Also did, Wrestle Pro, Creator Pro, Invictus at the time. And also did, Immortal's first ever pay-per-view on Premiere at Utica. Great card. And, everything was going great. About 3 or 4 months ago was a very tough time for me, though. As, some of you who follow me on social media know about this and know what I'm going to be referring to. But for those that don't follow me on social media, I'm trying not to get emotional right now just thinking about it. There was actually a moment where, in a span of a few weeks, I have been pinpointed the blame for my mother's failing health and death. That when it comes to relationships or even friendships, I am nothing more than a spare tire that gets thrown into the back of a trunk and nobody remembers that it's there or forgets. And I'm more of a distant friend than up close and personal, because apparently I ruin people's images of them being featured next to me. Me being featured next to them, because I ruined their stock. So I'm more of a distant friend. Where in that moment I almost ended things, if you know what I mean. The best way I described it was I almost took a never-ending swim in the Oyster Bay Cove. But obviously I didn't do that, or else I wouldn't be here right now. Thanks to the love and support of everyone that reached out to me once I released the statement, and also the key people in my life that actually know the story. I'm probably gonna get some heat for telling this story, but at this point I don't fucking care, because mental illness is a real thing. A lot of people don't take it seriously, but I sure as hell do. As someone just gave me a thumbs up. Thank you for that. Obviously, I've gotten over one hurdle after all that bullshit. The other two, I'm still trying to get over. It's gonna take a little bit of time for me to go back to my happy-go-lucky self that I used to be. But for all of you out there that already know the story and have reached out to me to see how I'm doing, the whole 9 yards, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being there for me during my toughest time in my life that I haven't felt in a long time, probably even ever. And for all of you that didn't know the story, didn't know the story about what happened to me, I thank you for letting me tell my story. That way you all have a better understanding as to what transpired. So now I am looking forward to, ending 2023 on a positive note, which obviously I'm going to be doing next week with Wrestle Pro as well as AEW Worlds End. And then going in and then steamrolling right into 2024 with some events lined up. So definitely look out 2024. John, you're next.
Wow. I have to follow that.
Uh-huh.
Great. Well, I'm gonna take you off screen so I can get.
That's fine.
Because as you've always said, I have a big ego.
Go ahead.
Guys, how do I put this the nicest way possible? 2023 has been sort of a rocky year for me, for a couple of different reasons. Obviously, as many of you know, the show kind of went through a little bit of turmoil towards the beginning of the year, and I'll be honest right now, I did not know the show's going to exist coming out of it. I have gone through several jobs this year. I mean, thank God I love where I am right now. And out of the weight loss. I started off this year, I was quite heavy. I was 338 pounds. As of yesterday, I'm officially down now to 270 pounds. And probably less now, being also I didn't eat today. So, when you work to something and you work towards a goal, anything is possible. But like Ryan said with mental health, I'm in agreement with him. Mental health is a big thing because, I mean, as much as I want to sit here and say, oh, I've been through a lot. I've had moments also where mental health started to creep in. But I persevered through it. And actually, I wish Ryan was by his camera so at least he can hear this part. But, oh, there you go. There are two people who I owe a lot to for 2023. Because if it wasn't for these two people, yes, I'd be where I am. But these two people, for different reasons, have helped kind of mold me. And it's Ryan and it's Billy. For different reasons and different ways, both of them have been incredibly instrumental in me becoming the person I am sitting in front of you this evening. Earlier this year, I was a totally different person. I was much heavier. My self-esteem was in the toilet, was even beyond being in the toilet. I wasn't mature. I was making a lot of stupid decisions. And because of both of them, and basically me getting my ass kicked to get my ass to therapy, it helped. And right now, I think my mind has been the clearest it's been in 30 years. And the fact that I can sit here and have stuff happen and I don't react to it is incredible. So like Ryan said, I'm looking forward to closing out 2023 because the other thing also is this. 2023 has also been not a fun year in the in the world of deaths. And I say that because in this year, I have lost both my dogs, Max and Rex. And I know I said before about how Ryan and Billy were very instrumental. Max and Rex have been a part of my life for the last 15 years. And they, and I'm going to bring this up right now, they sit right next to me, right here. They sit right next to me. I just have images. I look down. I see them wagging their tail at me. And what's been weird is I don't know life with doing a podcast without having a four-legged white furry thing come running down the stairs. So I know damn well they both have had the best seat in the house. So to everybody who's had an impact in my life in 2023, I'm appreciative. I'm grateful. I'm not appreciative about this cough, by the way. This cough has been kicking my ass. But in all seriousness, though, I'm grateful to everybody. I'm grateful to be closing out 2023 because I think 2024, I can only go up. Wow.
I heard every word, by the way.
What'd you think?
Well, you were saying that you have to follow that what I said. Well,
yeah.
You followed it very well.
Thank you. And everything I said was from the heart.
Well, I appreciate it, dude.
And it was true what I said, and I've said it to you, and I've said it to Billy numerous amount of times that I'm grateful and appreciative for both of you. And I guess part of my Christmas present to both of you is the tickets next week for AEW. So you're welcome.
So, since now we're at the end of almost at the end of this episode, why don't we tell the viewers what we have coming up in 2024?
Yes, a couple of things are gonna be changing. Nothing. I'll put it this way: 2024. The only thing that's going to stay the same is these two handsome devils are going to still be on the screen, but there'll be a new intro.
Sorry.
I'm going to clip that. That's going to be your intro, by the way, for
God
next year. New intro, a new background. I'm finally going to retire this background. This has been the background of the show for 2 years now. We're also, I know StreamYard has done a thing now where you can stream to Instagram. So come 2024, we will be live on Instagram because we'll actually have an Instagram account now.
Basically, the gist that we're doing is that we are re-imaging ourselves.
Oh, I'm not. I got one more thing to bring up before I get to the major announcement.
Sure.
If you guys recall, earlier this year, we had the audio side of the podcast where you can get us on Apple, Spotify, TuneIn, any of them. I know I kind of put a hold on that for a while. I kind of stopped doing that. But come 2024, that will be coming back. So not only will you be able to see our beautiful faces, but in case you can't watch us live and you're somebody in the car and you go, hey, I want to listen to the most recent Around the podcast episode, you'll be able to do that again come next year. Now, Ryan, can I just use what I was going to say before, please?
Now you can.
Okay. Folks, the big announcement, you have to be in the room where it happens.
God damn it.
You got it. That was good.
That was good.
Because, guys, brand new show. Don't know yet if it's going to be live or taped yet. We haven't determined that yet.
I think it's going to be taped, honestly.
Well, we can talk about that offline. That doesn't have to be
more so taped. Let's figure it. TBD.
TBD, yes. But guys, finally making its debut. It's like pro wrestling. It takes forever to fucking debut.
Seriously.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go a step further. Hold on.
What are you doing?
Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. There we go.
Okay. So
take it away.
This has been in the works for I think almost a year now. And we had something, but then shit got in the way. So come 2024 on the new ATR network, it's going to be a brand new show called The Curtain Call. And what is this said show about? Well, it's hosted by yours truly, me, where I talk things about, and this is going to be the real curveball that no one would expect. This is going to be about musical theater, aka Broadway, because obviously besides being a sports and wrestling fan, I'm also a big musical theater fan. I loved Broadway growing up as a kid, especially as of late. I reignited my love for Broadway, and I decided, you know what? Why not do a podcast about it? Because think about this, and I told John this idea, and he agreed. In sports, wrestling, and whatnot, there's always two sets of podcasters. There are ones that are in the know, like those that are in the sports world, the entertainment world, and then there are regular fans who have zero background experience, but they know a thing or two about the product. In theater, though, there are a lot of great theater podcasts out there, but they only come from one perspective, which is from those that are in theater. Like they pretty much give their critiques on things. But there's not one from a different perspective from a regular Joe Schmo like myself, who has zero musical theater experience, but knows a thing or two about entertainment. So basically, the gist I'm getting at is I would do personal show reviews on pretty much every fucking show that I've seen. And John can attest how many I've seen, especially in the last 2 years.
It's a lot, folks.
It's a lot. My personal reviews. That way if you hear someone, okay, perfect example. If you hear someone say, show A, podcaster A says that the show sucks, and I say the show sucks, chances are it's terrible. You don't even bother seeing it. But if podcaster A say the show is terrible, but I say it's, actually pretty good, then you let the viewer, decide, you know what? I'm going to figure it out myself. Also, my personal top 10 lists. Best, leading actors, leading actresses, shows, plays, you name it. It's my personal opinion, not my opinion is the final word. It's just my personal opinion. And also, if this gets enough steam, potential exclusive interviews from those that are in theater, whether it's backstage handlers, behind, producers, directors, or even on stage talent. So, folks, come 2024, yours truly will be the host of The Curtain Call. And I made sure that name was not copyrighted. So I am good. Oh, God.
Actually, I like this for you.
I don't. Yeah, actually, yeah.
But yes, guys. Also, stay tuned for that because, like Ryan said, there'll be YouTube, not only just YouTube exclusive for interviews, but YouTube exclusives because yours truly will be the producer. And yours truly already has some ideas going up in this big crate.
Yes, he does.
But Ryan,
that's the big announcement. It's been in the works now for almost a year now.
So it's finally. How do you feel now to say that it's finally going to come to fruition?
I'll believe it when it happens.
It's called be positive.
I'll be positive once it happens.
Okay, moving on. Actually, one last thing I want to get to before we do wrap up. There was one thing I want to get to.
What?
Upcoming movie, Iron Claw.
Oh.
How hyped are you for this movie?
Take my money, please.
Okay. Now, I know you're more on the Broadway side of things, but you've seen a lot of movies. I'm asking this to you because I have not seen many movies, as some people have put it perfectly. I haven't even seen The Godfather. And I actually had this discussion with my father yesterday. Zac Efron possibly get himself an Emmy, whatever the frick the award is because of this.
Academy Award?
Yeah, Academy Award.
I don't know. I got to see the performance myself because obviously, because I was talking with a family member about another movie that's coming out that could possibly be a front runner for Academy Award winner. Joaquin Phoenix as Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yes.
Oh,
I did hear that. We do got one comment coming in here. I just want to pull up this comment quickly from our friend Greek Savage, who's dropping in to wish us both a very Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you, Savage. And by the way, it's Moth, not Math. I saw that, by the way, Savage. You know I was good. You know for sure I wasn't letting that slide because that's
and it's Peterson, not Patterson.
I'm not gonna. Don't worry, Savage. I'm not gonna shove you into the lockers like Moth did. Okay.
But Ryan, I think that's all we got for tonight.
Let's wrap this shit up. Take it home.
Oh, apparently he knows how to get the best out of his peeps. Yeah, you know how you do that? You put the peeps in the micro. Oh, you're talking about people, not the.
Oh my God. Folks, you should know damn well, of course. Folks, definitely give out Wrestling with Savage a follow. Give Bob Culture Podcast a follow. Anybody else, John?
Hold on, I just want to. No one knows how to. Hey, Greek, it's me. I'm an idiot.
I mean, he got tested by a doctor from Penny Saver. Anyway, folks.
But yes, go follow all the other podcasts out there. Bob Culture Podcast, Beyond the Barricade.
There's a whole slew of them. I don't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, folks.
Also, just want to make also another mention. Go support independent wrestling.
Oh, yes.
Go support independent wrestling. Go follow them on.
Oh, briefly, since you mentioned independent wrestling, there's one more show that's happening this week.
Okay.
It's on. Love you, Savage.
Love you too, Savage.
Thursday night at the Mecca, GCW presents a special holiday show.
Yes, I did see that.
I forgot about that. And also GCW is in Atlantic City. Night one, it's the Nick Gage Invitational. And then night two on New Year's Eve is like their big blow-off event.
But guys, go support, go follow several companies, especially the companies that we work with as well, which includes Immortal, Dynasty,
Creator Pro, Wrestle Pro, Victor Pro. Hello.
I was gonna let you talk about them. They're your companies.
Well, I'm trying to get you to, if you're them, but you're too busy, dealing with Titanic proportions.
Moving on. But again, guys, from myself, I gotta go back the other way. I like being in the power chair. There we go.
Oh God.
I like being in the power chair.
Of course you do, LaGreca 2.0.
No, actually, that's Craig Hart from WFAN.
Whatever.
But guys, I think it's safe to say this. 2023 has been an interesting year, especially for this podcast. But I can say this very well. We will be back January 2nd, 2024. We go full steam ahead. See what I did there?
Uh-huh.
But guys, for Ryan, I'm John. We want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Have a happy holidays. Have a fun time with your family this week. And guys, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on all social media accounts. Again, you'll not. Of course, you got to go to one last comment before the end of the show.
Can we get Ryan a Yankee shirt? Sure, when the Yankees actually start winning.
Guys, also come the new year, I will not have this cough anymore.
Fingers crossed.
In the words of Billy Joe, life's a set of hellos and goodbyes. Fortunately, guys, it's time for us to say goodbye. We are closing the door on 2023.
And happy fucking New Year.
We'll see you guys January 2nd, 2024. Later.